Good morning, everybody. Thank you to Balcony and all of you for coming here this morning. I want to offer the alternative to more traditional financing and say we don't really care about your income, and we don't really care about your balance sheet and your income statement, and we kind of offer a niche product, but something that can help small businesses, and it's more effective. Can everybody hear me like this? Is that okay? Yeah. Great. Okay, so what we do is we offer alternative commercial financing, and what we do is we provide businesses monies in a short order based upon their accounts receivable and more specifically their credit card accounts. And I don't really want to speak to my company, which is where I'm the CEO of a company by the name of Over the Hump, but I want to speak to the industry in general. And the industry in general has basically provided an opportunity for small businesses in a shorter period of time where you don't have certain characteristics and criteria that qualify under more traditional lending to obtain capital for their business at non-recourse financing, meaning the principals are not liable, not personally responsible, no mortgages, no interest rate, and you're thinking to yourself, this is impossible, it's not possible. In fact, that's the usual concern that we get. It's incredulous that you would actually advance money, and again, that's a critical term, advance money, with no liability and no personal monthly payment or anything like that, no guarantee. And the answer is, that's because we do take risk, and therefore our return on that money is quite substantial, right? We get what's called a rate of return based upon how you perform in the future. And basically what we're doing is looking at what we consider to be your asset, and your asset is that you have credit card receivables and you've shown a history of some credit card type of work, and therefore we're going to gamble based upon your future on what you do with your credit cards. And we're just going to collect our monies back, a certain amount of money, not a rate of return, but a certain amount of money, a fixed amount of money, over whatever period it takes to get that money over time. And I don't mean to be so amorphous with my commentary there, but what I do mean to tell you is that basically we're your limited partner. We don't have an interest in your equity, we're not interested in your profit, and we're not interested in all of your various forms of receiving income. What we're interested in is your credit card receivables and receiving a portion of each swipe in the future until we get our set amount of money. So basically, unlike a more traditional lender, and again that term lender I can't use because we're not a lender, is we're going to provide you capital for whatever purpose you deem appropriate for your business. We're not going to direct your funds. We're not interested in debt-to-income ratio. It's not really relevant to what we do, right? What we're concerned about is that we'd like to see what your past history is in the last 12 months, right? And that's our term, 1 year of being in business, in credit card receivables, because that's how we're going to determine and underwrite how much money we think we can advance to you. And that's basically the nature of what we do, and it truly is a pay-as-you-go system. So when you're down in terms of business in a month, there's no default, there's no late payment fees, there's nothing like that, and there's no collateral. If you happen to go under and having committed fraud in your application, we bet the wrong horse and we're going to lose our money. So that risk, as a consequence, is going to cause the upside of the business to be more substantial for us. Again, a limited return, but it's a rate of return, meaning as well as you perform. If your business doubles, that means our rate of return is going to double, which is very substantial for us, and we like that. We're betting on you. Right? That's effectively what we do. And what we do ultimately is, in terms of the criteria that we look at, we just want to see how you've done in the last year in terms of your credit card receivables, the fact that you're in good standing within the state that you operate, and the fact that you actually pay your bills somewhat. What I mean by that is we're not credit driven, not FICO driven, not credit history driven, but we like to look at how you pay your bills, and an example of that is, are you up to date with your real estate obligations, right? Whatever that obligation may be. So consequently, we handle transactions for as small as $5,000, and we go as high as approximately $2 million. And the one thing that we offer, which is sort of a completely different analysis or discussion, is we offer money quickly. Right? We're looking to give you your money within 10 to 14 business days, because we don't have to go through the arduous task of actually analyzing your assets and liabilities. Right? So as a consequence, what I want to expose to you is that we're not inexpensive money. And I hate to use a double negative, but we are not inexpensive money. But we are capital for small businesses without recourse, and an opportunity for somebody who's been in business less than perhaps the more traditional lending pattern to do business with. So we look forward to speaking to you if you have any questions. Thank you.